Somebody please explain, what is this? This is crazy. This thing is floating in Argentina, this orb of something. What is it?
It's obviously a floating Argentinian lake orb.
How could you be so stupid?
So this is Lake Nahuelhuapi in Argentina, and this was just caught on somebody's phone.
Look at the fact that it's like opening and closing.
I really do like the video, but if you look, they're so zoomed in, there's some diffusion, like heat waves coming up off the water, and that might have, created some sort of mirage, because it doesn't really look connected to the water.
But would a mirage be intact as it moves that way?
Yeah, so this is what's called a superior mirage. It's when there's warm air on top of cold air on top of cold water. So it's very similar to a mirage you would see on a street, where you see it look like it's sizzling, but it's really just a reflection of the sky. If you look at that, it's definitely a boat, and it will cause a gap between the top of the mirage and the bottom, like so. So that's definitely a boat. if you look at it,
why would it be opening and closing?
It's the reflection. There, you'll see a gap where you won't see anything. It will reflect the top part from the very bottom part, and it creates a gap. And if you look behind it, you can see the white specks. That's from anyone who's been on a boat knows that that's from going over waves.
Do you know the weird thing though? Do you see this part?
Yeah.
And you can look behind it and you can see the huts or whatever it is behind.
Yeah, that's just part of the reflection and the optical illusion effect.
But as people looking at it, we impose our structures in our mind upon it. That looks like a mouth opening and closing.
Pareidolia or whatever that's called.
Looks like an alligator head, like a big alligator head with eyes, with alligator, Pac-Man, dragon.
I'd give anything to see it in sharp focus, though. I mean, because when you're that far out, you're stretching pixels. It could look like anything. However, the lake itself, apart from that, does have a lot of history and lore about, this lake monster.
Probably because that weather pattern is pretty common with the warm air, cold air, and then cold water.
Well, I don't know that many people have seen that.
Was this something that would show up only on camera, or could you see this with the naked eye?
Both.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's an
You could
optical
see
illusion,
that
so it can be
actual-
pictured by
that
it can be
mirage.
picked up by anything. Yeah.
Our senses are not always trustworthy.
They're actually full of
Darn it.
all of the time.
Wow.
Yeah. Who knew?